Very good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. So, from the last 1 and 2 months, I understand that I'm shooting less videos because workload is very high. But now, slowly, I'm coming back on the radar, and you will see that the videos will continue to come on our YouTube channel. More importantly, our hedge fund desk also launched the learning platforms in crypto. We also launched the virtual comics platform, and there are many more services which we launched in last 2 months. If you wish to have an inquiry, you can definitely WhatsApp me on my personal number, which is +91 9899242978, or you can WhatsApp on our back office, which is +91 9818485155. Today, I wanted to talk about a very important issue which is happening across the globe. We all understand that the virus started somewhere in August 2019. That's a separate thing that officially people claiming that the virus entered in Asia somewhere December 2019. It entered in the different parts of the globe at different time, like officially in India it entered March 2020, different countries different time. At that given point of time, many people started claiming on the social media that the virus will go away. But unfortunately, as we speak, which is 29th May 2021, the scene is like that the advanced economies of the globe, which includes Australia, Vietnam, Taiwan, Thailand, and Malaysia, they all are under lockdown. If I speak about Australia, then Melbourne and Victoria are in lockdown. If I speak about, if I speak about Australia, if I speak about Malaysia, then almost another lockdown. Similar scene we have in Taiwan, Vietnam, and Thailand. And by the way, this is just an example. Singapore also more or less in the lockdown. Now, the question is that the virus is mutating at a faster pace. Officially speaking, the first wave hit the world somewhere December 2019 to March 2020 in different parts of the globe. Second wave hit almost 1 year after, which is somewhere March 2021, and now the medical fraternity in the different parts of the globe are claiming that a third wave is on the cards, which is somewhere September 2021. Being a non-medical professional, I am not sure how dangerous would be the third wave. We really do not know because only the medical fraternity is aware. And unfortunately, as we speak, the coronavirus is spreading wings. Like the last year when coronavirus was there, we were not having any issues like black fungus, yellow fungus, white fungus. But unfortunately, different parts of the globe are facing these issues also. So they all are supplementary issues, and corona is still intact. So we need to understand that even the advanced economies like Australia, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Taiwan, and many, by the way, they not been able to handle this. And irrespective of that, the fungus issue is right upfront before us. How medical fraternity would be handling, that is something we need to wait and watch, and only the time would tell. But scene is little tough. Taiwan declared around $22.9 billion of stimulus program. Different countries of the globe are having different stimulus program, but there is a problem which we are facing. The problem is the limitation of so-called stimulus or quantitative easing program. Example, as we speak, European Central Bank is having around $8 trillion of balance sheet. $8 trillion. By the way, this is more than 2.5 times of Indian GDP. So Indian GDP is around 3 trillion and European Central Bank is around 8 trillion balance sheet, which means around 2.5 times. Federal Reserve is having around 7 trillion of balance sheet, which is approximately little bigger than the two times of the Indian GDP. People Bank of China, the third largest Asian central bank, is having around $6 trillion of balance sheet, which is roughly two times of the Indian GDP. But trusting on Chinese number is always a big game, to be honest. How you can trust on Chinese number, that is something a very big issue, to be very honest. So the three top central banks of the globe, which is European Central Bank is around 8 trillion, Federal Reserve is around 7 trillion, and People Bank of China is around 6 trillion, which is around 21 trillion, only three central banks. Corona is going nowhere. The virus is mutating at the fastest pace. US also, though US is open, but there are many member of parliamentarians. Now, actually, in US we don't call this as a member of parliamentarians. We call them as senator. Like in India, we have a parliament, and people call them member of parliamentarian. In US, we have senate, so people call them senators. Now, there are two parties in Senate. One is the Republicans, basically Donald Trump party, and one is the Democrat, which is Joe Biden party. We in US we call them R and D. Actually, R stands for Republican, D stands for Democrat, Joe Biden party. Currently, the Democrats are in the power, Joe Biden. By the way, Biden did very well, to be very honest. I am impressed the way he is doing that. He is running the show. But yes, there are few issues where I tend to definitely have a difference of opinion with Joe Biden. Anyways, now the question is that the virus is mutating. Even Dr. Fauci, the head of the basically this issue, the head of the I can say a committee or a medical body of the White House, he himself agreed that MISC is nothing but the mutant part of virus, which is specifically hitting the US kids. He himself agreed that the CDC is actually a body in US who controls all such all such diseases which are very very dangerous, like you have this virus. He agreed that the numbers which is reported by CDC is lesser. How US would be handling the MISC, that is really difficult to see. But one thing is sure, that the top three central banks of the globe, which includes Federal Reserve, European Central Bank, and of course People Bank of China, they are running out of ammunition. Since they are running out of ammunition, and God forbid if this virus mutates further, whether these central banks would be able to hold the positions, very tough. In the last 2 weeks, we saw a drastic movement in the gold. Guys, first week of April, gold was around 1650. 31st May, which is precisely 60 days from now, you can say, gold is 1900. And gold is, by the way, completely delinked from the US yields, completely delinked from US yields. We need to understand that one side, the virus, its mutation, MISC, vaccination, and different things, lockdowns and all. Another side is the commodities market. And do not forget that when we speak about commodities market, we need to mention specifically the influence of China on the commodities market. That is more important. So please be alert. If I summarize this video, the earth on which we live is having a plate. We live on the plate. There is a movie in the Hollywood called 2012. Very good movie, by the way. If you see this movie, it is shown that the earth plate on which we actually live is shifting, and because of this, everything will end up in the sea. Now, I call this as a financial plate. Financial plate means the plate on which the financial market is there. And this financial plate is shifting. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting Group. You know my personal number, which is +91 9899 242 978. Have a great time ahead. Thank you.